The Uganda Bankers Association, through its 6th annual conference, has fronted issues such as regulation and consumer protection as several financial sector players, regulators, and leading fintech companies divulge into solutions to our prudent sector. Global payment systems giant Mastercard has revealed interest to further entrench presence in the Ugandan market.
As an organization, we have actually formed a team that is responsible for driving fintech partnerships. And that team is actually understanding the nuances that are happening within the market and the use cases that we need to work together to actually solve specific partnerships. For example, we've just launched a partnership with M-Kopa to be able to drive certain solutions in the market. And I think that is obviously something that is going to develop. As you know, this fintech space is fast evolving, and what we provide is that global expertise.
Currently, the financial sector boasts of about 6 regulatory bodies, among which include Bank of Uganda, Financial Intelligence Authority, Capital Markets Authority, among others. The Executive Director of Bank of Uganda, Dr. Twinemanzi, however, affirms the need for a central monitoring authority if the country is to eliminate regulatory overlaps and increase consumer protection.
So, like I said, for the banking sector, you have the Financial Consumer Empowerment Guidelines 2011, and I ask for those who are going to apply for a loan or an overdraft, please read them before you sign. But separately, we're pushing, as Bank of Uganda, we're pushing for the idea that it's time that we have one central agency that looks at consumer protection. Because consumer protection makes certain presumptions, at least for the financial sector, and within the context of today's discussion, that the persons are financially literate, but they're also digitally literate. Before I talk about consumer protection, I just want to have a quick question to put to the crowd, and you don't have to answer me, but just think about it.
Once feared that financial services such as mobile money and growing microfinance support centers would cause a derailment in the banking sector, with a few disparities in capabilities that are now being bridged by fintechs. The Bankers Association chairperson, Sarah Arapta, contradicts and stresses how this boosts financial inclusion.
Predominantly, the consumer was interacting with an agent, but today we are saying the merchant is also available for the consumer to be able to avoid cashing out that money, because it is even a risk to carry cash around. So our message really, to the public has been, transact smartly, just use your phone, move anywhere, and you will be secure as long as you do not share your PIN. So, we did look at it in that perspective. Initially, yes, it looked to be a negative intervention, especially towards driving financial inclusion and the rest. But it also gave us a challenge to be able to roll out a new solution, which then has actually transformed the way consumers carry out their transactions on a day-to-day. And of course, that also gave us more perspective in terms of how do we develop new solutions that are going to support government programs. I'm talking about the parish development model.
As we have indicated in this symposium, we need to embrace collaboration and partnerships. So we see micro-support institutions as partners, and the more collaboration we have with them alongside fintechs, MNOs, the more we will accelerate digital finance in this country and create inclusion and ensure that these services reach the underbanked and the less marginalized consumers. So we see this as an opportunity for all partners in the sector to come together for us to be able to transform the socio-economic development of this country.
While financial inclusion is purposed at extending nationwide accessibility to digital financial solutions, such as mobile banking and other services, research indicates that the uptake of formal financial services is still largely restricted to payment and saving services. Stuart Jackony, Smart 24 Television, Business Today.